So the first thing I would say is teaching can't be rushed. You have to take your time. It's not because you're teaching faster that the students are learning faster. 5 minutes is actually a long time in teaching. When you count the moments of insight, the really significant moments of insight that our students are going to have in their teaching career, it probably doesn't add up to 5 minutes. So what do we do with all those hundreds of hours of contact hours that we have with them? I think a big part of our role is to create the conditions under which these moments of insight can occur, are likely to occur. And there are many different ways of doing that, as we're hearing today. We're hearing all kinds of great tips and tricks, and everything I've heard so far fits into that, creating those conditions under which students are likely to learn and to have insights. The first thing I do to create those conditions, my own strategy, when I'm in a room like this and the population distribution is like that, is to invite people to migrate to the front and the center so that we can all sit together, so that we can all be part of the same process of inquiry. I can wait, I have 5 minutes. And the reason I do this is that a good lecture is a dialogue. It's a conversation with the audience. We all have to feel like we're together and working together because we're all working on the same questions, really. And so the next thing I do, once we're all sitting together comfortably and once we're all having a nice dialogue, the next thing I do is to talk about the stuff I don't know. I start with the questions to which I don't know the answer. And fortunately for me, I'm an archaeologist, so we don't know anything in archaeology. We have no answers to any questions in archaeology, so I have a wealth of riches and opportunities. I try to tell students why I don't know something. I try to tell them why it's important to find an answer to this question, to which we don't have an answer. And then I try to discuss with them how we go about trying to get an answer. How do we move forward on this? For example, you might have seen in the media for the past week or so, there's this claim, this fantastic claim of a 130,000-year-old mastodon kill site in California, which would basically rewrite everything we know about prehistory in North America again. And it's a claim. It's an interesting claim. How do we evaluate that claim? Right? I don't know whether there were people here 130,000 years ago. There's a claim that says there was, and then there's a bunch of people who claim that there weren't. How do we know? That's the sort of thing that I discuss in class. And I try to invite students into this process of inquiry. And depending on the level of the course, if it's a large intro course, such as, this basically simulates a large intro course. If it's a large intro course in an auditorium, their participation in that process of inquiry is going to be of one kind. They're going to be asking questions, they're going to be coming out to me after class, timidly dropping by my lab, to see what's going on. If it's a methods class or an advanced theory class, then it's going to be basically a seminar, and we'll be workshopping methods and approaches and solutions to that particular unknown question. And we work together like this. And I find that sometimes it leads to, or it lets students experience that moment of insight that we all value. Thank you.